Okay. Um, Here we go. We're gonna talk about some college hoops. We're gonna look at games tonight, games this weekend. Um, just everything. We're gonna predict every conference champion. I'm gonna look in YouTube Studio as well because I want to know what is going on. So, yeah, comments are on. That's great. I don't know how to view the comments, but let's look here. All right. So, first conference, ASUN. We're just gonna go down the line in order. I got games up here, not the full scoreboard, obviously, because for some reason ESPN only shows top 25, which kind of sucks. But yeah, let's dig in. Let's dig deep into this. I got KenPom and my favorite site, Hazel Matrix here, Eastern Kentucky, already off the bat, 158. I like them a lot. They're a good team. They're a good team every single year. So, I really haven't dug too deep into this conference. Watched Queens play at 8 a.m. the other day. They look good. They lost a game, but they look good. FGCU plays tonight against Illinois, so we'll see how they do. I doubt they stand up. West Georgia definitely not going to win. Hate to say it, but they're just not going to. It's kind of hard to see the Hazel Matrix stuff, and like anything I'm showing for some reason on stream, which is fine. I would argue that this conference is between Eastern Kentucky, Queens, and North Alabama. I like North Alabama a lot. Control F on North Alabama. Uh, they're low, but they're well coached. That's probably a long shot to win it. I don't think they will. If you look up ASUN teams. Queens, Florida Golf. I don't think Florida Golf Coast is that good. I might be crazy saying that, but I'm not a fan of them. I don't like them. I think they'll fall off the face of the earth. I think it's Eastern Kentucky's to take, but I like Queens a lot as well. So for the ASUN, I would mark it down as I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be Queens. I'm gonna go with Queens. That's gonna be my prediction. But yeah, I mean it's the ASUN, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Come tournament time, that won't matter. Let's go to the America East. Favorite conference to watch. This basketball is just ridiculously bad. Um, like every year, it's probably gonna be Vermont. We look at the A East. I don't even know if you can get the A East. And America East. Let's look for Vermont. Oh, AE. Okay. Yeah, Vermont is the highest at 203. That doesn't that doesn't surprise me at all. Albany, like none of these teams are good. If Vermont doesn't win, that's a problem. They I don't think they won last year if I remember right, so I got Vermont there. Um, but yeah, I mean, this America East is just so bad. It doesn't matter. Vermont should fucking run with it every single year. I don't know why they don't. American Conference. This is probably the most interesting mid-major. It's high mid-major. Don't know if you want to consider it, but I love this conference this year. South Florida, I think, is amazing. I think they're so good. I think they're gonna win. I think they outbeat Memphis. Wichita always puts together a good product. UAB, very good at metrics this year. Tulane, well coached. Temple kind of fell off recently, but North Texas coach left. I don't know how they'll be in conference play. They've put the teams they have played, they've been pretty good. But yeah, I mean, this conference is let's dig into this conference because this is the first like one that kind of jumps off the page. Is it not gonna be AAC? Hold on. Let's go Tulane. Okay, it's gonna be Amber. Perfect. Yeah, so Memphis is 54 in metrics here. I'm assuming on Hazel Matrix they're around 60, which makes sense. Memphis is just the best product, but I just don't think Penny Hardaway is a good coach whatsoever. I think time and time again he's failed like miserably. Like he had such a talented team in 2023 when they played FAU and lost. I don't trust him as a coach. I don't think he's that good. North Texas still 81 with a new coaching staff on Ken Palm. Haslam Matrix probably has him lower. Yeah, I was gonna say 93, and they got South Florida at 87. I think Haslam Matrix has better ratings than Ken Palm, which is probably crazy to say, but I enjoy the site way more. Um, but yeah, South Florida to me is just I'd be shocked if they didn't win it. I think that they are so underrated here at 98 that they are going to go on a absolute tear and go up the ranks. So that's my that's my winner prediction. But if you look at everything else, like East Carolina's good, not great. You go to the bottom, down lower in this conference, Tulane, Wichita State, Temple, Florida Atlantic. I always forget about Florida Atlantic. This conference is stacked. This conference and the A10, obviously down here. I think when you look at mid-major, these conferences are the ones that produce those upsets and teams that can go decently far. Like to me, like the top three, I think are South Florida, UAB, and Memphis. I think North Texas falls off a little bit, but it wouldn't shock me if like even a team like East Carolina, who's probably they're down here at 156, Tulsa's 136. I wouldn't be shocked if a team like East Carolina finished in the top three. Wouldn't be shocked if Tulsa finished in the top three. Obviously, Wichita, UTSA. I watched them play today. They look awful. They just do not look good at all. They lost to Southern Illinois University Edwardsville. Embarrassing. Team. I just think they're going to be bottom of the barrel, and Charlotte's right above them. Rice played decent, but yeah, UTSA just is going to get outclassed. But compared to prior years when UTSA was just horrible in the metrics, like that's impressive. So I'm gonna go South Florida wins it, Memphis second, UAB third. That's my top three. Now for my favorite conference, because my alma mater, St. Bonaventure, is in this conference, the A10. Let's get that queued up. If you don't like the A10, let's do a game check really quick. Let's double this tab and go to full scoreboard. See, Liberty being the brakes off of Charleston. Wow. I thought Charleston would keep it somewhat close, but good for them. Georgetown beating Maryland. That's a very, very good game. Georgetown really turning the corner. Good team. Kentucky should win by a lot. Purdue kind of off to a slow start, but I think Purdue's the best team in the country by far. Doesn't surprise me. Other notable games here. Florida State plays a fast brand of basketball. LeJay Jones, former Bonnie, he's solid. Like this is a great game. Arkansas State, UNF Dawson. That's a toss up. Wouldn't be surprised to see either of those teams in March Madness. Furman, man, they looked awful against High Point. High Point really took it to them with a brand new coach. They came out the gate hot. Davidson, yeah, no shock there. I think they're way better than Washington State. Iowa, so underrated. They are so underrated. Another good game here. Kent State, I think, is decent in the MAC. Georgia State beating Cincy right now. Obviously, it's so early, it doesn't matter. Virginia, another team I'm just so high on. I think they are so good. I wouldn't. They're a dark horse in the ACC. Um, Clemson, another good team. Yeah, so no shocks here. You this game's just so good. I will be watching this after I get off. Um, that game's incredible. We have some good games this weekend. All right, back to this though. Yeah, so here the A10. Do this up. Dayton, 47th. VCU right now, 60th. St. Louis, George Washington. Um, I dug deep into the A10 earlier this offseason. I think George Washington's going to win the A10. George Washington is so good. They brought back so much talent, freshman here, but Ra- Rafael Castro is really good. Trey Dinkins, really good. They brought in Autry and I can never say these names. I think they brought those 2 in, if I try to remember off the top of my head. But they brought back 4 starters and only got better. I think that they win the A10. That's my guess. Obviously, I think Dayton, St. Louis, George Washington, and, VCU, top 4. Bonnie's looked unbelievable against Bradley. I'm a little biased. I think they'll finish top 8. St. Joe's solid. Jaden Glover's there. Ex Johnny. Fordham, terrible. Loyal Chicago lost to Mercyhurst yesterday, which is ridiculous. They should be way better than they are. Valentine will not be a coach soon. LaSalle, good defensively. I don't think they can do as much offensively against these teams. Davidson always a dark horse. Same with Duquesne. George Mason though, kind of after an amazing season, I'm not too high on them, even though they're at 83. I don't see it, which sounds crazy. I don't see them being a top 4 team. I think top 8's fair, but I don't think top 4 is obtainable whatsoever. I don't like the build of that team. I do think they're well coached though, so that's that. They could easily win the damn thing. But this conference is so loaded. If you don't watch A10 basketball, I highly recommend it. It's just good basketball, and a lot of these players end up going to D1. Bonnie's last year at Melvin Council, who's playing starting at Kansas, LeJay Jones starting at Florida State. So there's so much talent that comes out of these teams. It's awesome. It's fun to watch. ACC, obviously, Louisville, Duke, North Carolina are unbelievable teams. Right now, I think Louisville's going to win it. They're just dominating the competition. I think they're very well built. McNeely, Conwell, um, the freshman point guard who I can never remember his name. Like they are stacked. Duke obviously stacked with freshmen, very good. UNC 21 or 12 million for their roster, they should be good. But NC State and Virginia, dark horses. Will Wade's gonna get the boys going. Clemson is definitely top 6, but I am such a Virginia lover this year. They finally play a good brand of basketball. I think they'll be in the mix all year long. I want them to win it. I don't think they will because Louisville and Duke are just so good. Big 12, it's just loaded. I mean, TCU is better than their record. I know they had that horrendous loss to New Orleans. They're a good team. That is just one of those just bad losses. But thank God that loss came at the start of the season. You can recover from that easily. It is a bad quad loss for the Big Ten or for the at large bids, but yeah. So Houston, I think, is going to win the national championship, but I don't think I think they can win the like yeah they might win the national championship, but conference plays whole different play. I lean Texas Tech to win the conference. I think they're very good, talented. JT Toppin to me is going to be player of the year. But I mean, we got one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 teams in the top, basically 20. Um, Iowa State, so well coached. Wouldn't be shocked they won. Arizona looked incredible against Florida. Colpete, I can never pronounce his name. To me, he's going to be freshman of the year. But yeah, I mean, it's just so loaded with talent. Even Cincy is good. Kind of a fall off once you get to Kansas State. They only have PJ Haggerty. I don't think they'll do much. And then Colorado, still, every team's in the top 100. Big 12 to me has been the best basketball conference for so many years. It's just a different level. So, I mean, I would go, I think Texas Tech wins, Houston 2, Arizona 3. I mean, BYU, that was so good. Like, watching them play is fun. But Villanova gave 'em a challenge. Big East, um, I'm a Big East madman. I've watched pretty much every Big East game so far. Score update. Northwestern's a good team. Not great, but good. Wow, Purdue is really struggling here against Oakland. That surprises me. Iowa's gonna run this team out of the gym. I'm high on Iowa too. Um, yeah, I mean, just Virginia just handles business. Clemson's another team that handles business. I mean, the Big East is this team, Xavier. I like Richard Pitino. This team is terrible. I think any of these teams can beat them easily. I'm a St. John's fan. I think UConn wins this conference. I think there's a huge gap between UConn and St. John's. Creighton looked decent the other night. I think they'll be good. Seton Hall looks great. They look great on Monday. Villanova played BYU very well. I wouldn't be shocked to see Villanova ranked and Creighton fall out of the rankings. But Big East to me is weaker this year than in normal years. So I got UConn and St. John's, but it's a dogfight. That's game of the year, UConn versus St. John's. And there's two of them, which is great. Big Sky, I don't even think I've taken a peek at this conference yet at all, which is kind of shocking. But Big Sky tournament's electric. So yeah, I meant Montana's a class to me. Past couple years they've been really good. Um Portland State though, I didn't realize they had it going like that. Been a big Eastern Washington guy for a while too. That's a good team. But it to me the contention is, I mean, Mike Bibby's coach at Sac State now, which is wild. It's always going to be to me East Washington or Montana. I feel like they just always piece it together. Those are the teams that always play in the championship round. I think either of those win the tournament. Big South, another great conference. UNC Asheville's kind of been the darlings there for the past couple of years. The B South, yeah, High Point is just world class. Bradford better than past years. UNC Asheville's kind of fallen off. They lost that Prim Bowl kid. Yeah, High Point's so good. I mean, they destroyed Furman, like beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like that game wasn't even close from like the second it started. So I'm big on High Point. They're a good team. Coach left, doesn't matter. Which I'm shocked he left. He left to go sit in the wings at Creighton, which you do you. I don't know if McDermott's done after this year. It kind of sounds like he is. So honestly, good for them. But High Point class, Big Ten. I mean, what can you like? This conference is just so loaded. I did a lot of preseason videos on the Big Ten. I'm big on Illinois. Stojakovic, I don't think he's playing tonight, but they could score 100 on any team with the way that they play. Defensively, though, that's where I struggle with them. I don't think they're great defensively. Michigan, I'm high on. Purdue, I was doubtful of, but they look so good. But I just don't think Matt Painter wins a national championship. UCLA, I think, is overrated. Wisconsin, I do think is very good. USC is can fight. Rutgers, bad. Like they're just not that good. I would. There are so many teams that can win this. Purdue should win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Illinois took it. Washington's good. Indiana, Iowa, those are all good middle teams. Maryland, under Buzz, will be good. I think Illinois, Michigan, and Purdue are kind of the teams that will run away with it at some point. Big West, another just such a good conference. Like, I love the Big West. I didn't realize Hawaii was this good this year, but doesn't shock me. They're coming from the Mount West, I'm pretty sure. I would put it between Hawaii and I would definitely say Hawaii, UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara. Those teams are so good. The Tritons were good last year, still decent. They lost a lot of players though, lost a lot of seniors. So I'm gonna go UC Irvine. I can never, I can't root for Hawaii. I don't know why. My friend went there. I just can't do it. Coastal. There's been some dogfights in the Coastal when Charleston was utterly unbelievable. Like they were so good. That one they the 31 wins one year. Um, yeah, UNC Wilmington won it last year. I wouldn't be shocked if they won it again. Hofstra's good always. They had that kid Thomas years ago who was just so good. But yeah, it's a four-headed race. I would agree with that. And then it falls off. That's the thing about this conference. It's like it's so top heavy. Um, sorry, I'm reading something. Cool. All right. But yeah, top heavy conference. Charleston. It's gonna be UNC Wilmington again. Conference USA. I'm gonna answer the phone real quick. The good old, the good old phone. All right. Um, another conference. I looked at certain ones over other ones. I haven't watched a lot of these teams play. Yeah, loaded. I mean, I have no idea who wins this one. Definitely not Delaware after they lost to a I don't even know what I think it was Division 2, I think they lost. I'll go with Missouri State. I don't know why. Them or Liberty? Yeah, it's gonna be Liberty. I didn't realize how high up they were. Liberty's so good every year. I gotta look up what their basketball budget is because that's just nuts. Horizon League, love Horizon Ball. Um, that is just such a ridiculous conference. All right. Yeah, Youngstown State played a really good game against Pitt. Wright State looked okay last night against Cal. Um, Oakland's just playing gauntlet of competition. I was thought Milwaukee was gonna win last year, but they were lucky. Um, give me the shocker. Give me Oakland. They get back there. This is the most exciting team in the country, IU Indiana. I hope they win it. They won't, but they're so much fun to watch. The Ivy. Xavier Lee at Florida now, which is he looked good last night, finally making some buckets. Yeah, Yale. Time and time again, it's always going to be Yale. They have the best conference tournament set up too. All right, I'm gonna just do that for now. I don't feel like talking about anything. Let's look at some of these games tonight and tomorrow. Kind of go up and down the scoreboard here. Um, Liberty looks good. Purdue's losing to Oakland, which is nuts. Kansas handling North Carolina. I don't know how long that'll last for. Kentucky looks good. I was calling Kentucky overrated. Even if Austin's running away with it at home, not shocked there. They're a good team. Let's see. Furman kinda getting back into it now. I'm shocked Iona's beating Hofstra the way they are. I think Hofstra's way better than Iona. Iowa will run away with it at some point, maybe. Cincy, close one. Morehead State, close. Notre Dame, don't sleep on them. They're a good team. Clemson's kinda running it up. UConn should maul UMass. They played so bad the other night. Let's see. Go down the list. There's no ranked matchups tonight outside of Kansas. But let's look at, well, VCU Utah State's a good game. This is game of the this might be game of the non-con. You gotta tune into this one. It's gonna be so fast paced. It's gonna be so good. Um, Johnnies are gonna win, obviously. There are some good games today though, but also in college football, it's just way better. Eastern Washington might upset Colorado. That wouldn't surprise me. UC Santa Barbara beat San Jose State. That's a good game. That's a great game. UCF Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt should win. They looked incredible. I think they're a lot better than people are giving them credit for. The Bonnies, they're gonna win. That's a ridiculous ticket price, by the way. You could sneak into those games for free. Um, we get IU Indiana again. Tune into this game, please. I beg of you. Great game. I think Arkansas wins this, man. I think Arkansas is a top 10 team. They're just so good. St. Tommy's, big fan of them. Yeah, I mean, this is Gonzaga's Parker Moser's team. They're gonna get the peak break. Gonzaga's good again. But yeah, I mean, I'll be back